Welcome back, Guardians. My name is Samlab, and oh my goodness, we just finished watching the Edge of Fate trailer and reveal stream, and there is a lot to unpack, but the first thing that I want to do is discuss this trailer. So, here it is.
What follows light and shadow is silence. That silence breaks. I am summoning you as a new age begins. I see sapient life turn to each other. They remember how to look to the stars. They remember curiosity. They remember how to thrive. But they have forgotten. They forgot we were here long before the Traveler. They forgot that they need us. But they are fated to remember. I will remind them. I'm sure you will, but not through me. Find someone else. My will is my own.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what did we just see? Okay, so here is the opening scene. Hopefully you guys can see the mouse. I did this with yesterday's video. I spent time breaking down this clip amongst other clips that were part of this overall trailer, and I think that you all enjoyed that. But I wanted to break this down as well. So here we are on Kepler. Now, according to Alison Lurs, who is one of the lead narrative writers on Destiny, this Kepler exists at the somewhat outer edge of the solar system within Destiny, similar to ours in real time in reality, but different in that this is not Kepler in the 186F system. This is Kepler at the edge of our solar system, or somewhat close to the edge of the solar system within Destiny's universe. Slight difference, but very similar. All you need to know is it's a planet called Kepler, and it is similar to the Kepler that we know, or one of the variants of the different Keplers in the Kepler 186F system. Moving forward, we see that we have the emissary. We have seen this scene before. Nothing new here. I will actually speed this up a bit because this is quite slow and I don't want you guys to get bored and feel like I'm lagging. Okay, so we've seen all this scene. We know that this is the emissary. Okay, now this is the first time that we are getting a shot of the emissary herself and actually being able to see what she looks like. And this is pretty exciting because for a number of reasons, this is a modernized look of the emissary. I would get an image of her. I'll put that up post video. But yeah, this is a refreshed look of the emissary. I would even go as far as saying the patterns in her face look a little bit different. Her head cloak is updated a little bit. I would even say her eye color has changed, and these stripes over her eyes look a little bit different too. So there's a lot here that's changed, and it could be because of the change of voice actress. Normally in the past, the emissary's voice who is Orin, an awoken guardian, was originally voiced by the same voice actress who does Strangers, Elsie Bray's voice. As everybody knows her as the Exo Stranger. That's who used to do the voice of Emissary of the Nine. And that's changed. We don't know who the new voice actress is. I'm excitedly looking forward to finding out who that might be. But let's proceed. So, right now, she's having a conversation with the Nine. The Nine are talking to her. And they're talking about how humanity is at this point where it's thriving. They're excited to collaborate, they're excited to go out beyond the stars again. And I want to pause at this clip because this is massive here. So this is the Traveler right above our planet, and then this is a pyramid ship. Now this is the pyramid ship that the Traveler struck with its light. This is the pyramid. That raid was really important for various reasons, because we took on Nezarec, and Nezarec is the god of pain, and this is his pyramid ship, or I assume what was his pyramid ship, or the Witness's pyramid ship, I'm not sure. What I do find interesting is that lore-wise, that this pyramid ship is actually still there, still floating and still active, even though the Witness is gone. So it's going to be interesting to find out like what the connection is between these two, or if this is like Destiny saying this is the end of just light and darkness, and so these are symbolic of those two things. But the idea that the pyramid ship is just floating over Earth and nobody's tried to take it, this is a storyline waiting to happen, and it's going to be fascinating to find out how that storyline develops. But let's move on. We jump out of our system. We're back here on Kepler. We've seen this shot before. I broke it down yesterday. The emissary is still listening to the Nine share about things. This is us moving past planets. This is Jupiter, and we're seeing these like waves, these waves of signal. This is that was Europa that we just passed, and now we're moving beyond the asteroid belt. We have these dates showing on the screen. I believe we just saw a December date, which is in reference to Renegades, if I'm not mistaken. And so let's just go back a little bit. Yeah, there was like a December date for a hot second just there. I want to say DEC 22nd? I don't know if that's, I'll have to check. Somebody can correct me in the comment section below. But we had seen some part of this trailer. We never saw the Traveler like this, symbolizing us moving forward from the light and leaving the Traveler behind us as we go to figure out what this new threat is, the threat that is the Nine. And so we have jumped warp speed, and now we're heading to this planet. And we learned during the live stream that all this energy, all these strands, these tendrils, I'm going to say strands because it's almost confirmed after watching the live stream that these strands are strands of the Nine, and the Nine are not one being. They are 9 individuals that can choose to work with us, or can choose to work with each other, or against each other. And this changes everything, because the Nine have been around since before the Traveler arrived in our system. They are ancients, and it's probably why they make so much reference to the Flower game and this idea of the veil being snuffed out. So when the Nine gave us the prophecy engine, it wasn't just a prediction, they literally could see the future. So this is the emissary, this is Orin. Her outfit more or less looks the same, but very updated visuals, and I love what happens here. Now, in the trailer, we saw her. This is the first time we've ever seen the emissary blink of her own accord and also speak of her own accord. And I'm going to let this play out because I think it's really important. And she talks about she understands what the Nine want to do, but she's like, yeah, you can do that by yourself. And it's like, wow. So she just allowed them to believe she was working with them, but always intended to do this. And so this is her, as she's a Titan, which I didn't know. she's now broken free of the influence of the Nine for to some degree. But her face paint is still the same. So it makes me wonder whether this face paint was really just of a Woken origin and never really anything to do with the Nine. But you can see, like, she still has the Nine getup underneath, along with her Guardian armor. And this is from a lore perspective, this is massive, because we've had the Drifter hint at the idea that he trusts Orin because he thinks Orin knows exactly what she's doing, and Orin went to the Nine to find out more. So it will be really interesting to meet Orin as a character in game and to hear more about her story appear in lore, and us understand, like, okay, what has been going on? Why did you volunteer to work with the Nine? What did you learn? What is happening? What's coming next? Why have we been called to Kepler? What is here that we need to do? And so it's exciting to see this character return. And so, more or less, like, this is pretty much it for this trailer. There isn't a whole lot more here to break down, but I thought that it was really important that we discuss this because from a narrative perspective, this is a big place for us to be in Destiny. I have talked a lot, and I'm sure you all have a whole bunch of questions. If you do, definitely leave your questions in the comment section down below. Let me know what you're thinking, let me know what your thoughts are. I'm excited. There's a lot of information to get into. I was going to cover the live stream, but I feel like others will cover that more and will give a more comprehensive. Also, the live stream is just so long. I don't know if I have the time to edit this. This is already a 15-minute video, but I'm still working on the mega video about the Nine. And given a lot of the information that we've just learned about them, some of that information is going to be updated, which means I need to record fresh lines, and so I have until July to do that. And so at some point I will get this massive history video all about the line and all about the Nine, and update what we know about them as confirmed by. But guys, get excited. There's a lot coming with this update. New location, new armor, new weapons, new story, new characters, new modes, new UI system, new cosmetics, armor 3.0. The list is endless. We are back, guys. And in terms of size, for those of you who were wondering about size, you can look at this expansion like Shadowkeep and Forsaken rolled into one. That's the level we're talking about here. It's pretty chunky. So, but that's all I have for you. Hopefully you have enjoyed watching and listening to this video. If you have, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification to find out when my next lore video goes live. And remember that no matter what you're facing at this moment in time, you can do all things. Stay safe and Godspeed.